we stopped yesterday. Okay. Yes. Before we go into today's class, I would want you to invite your friends and also get your writing materials ready. So you get your pen and your book because you are going to be doing one or two things today. Okay. So please invite your friend and also share this video with your friends. Share it to the platform, WhatsApp platforms, and let us start. Now, let's look at this question under set theory. Yes, I'm going to do what I used to do. Before we start doing it, we must remind ourselves what set theory is. We said set theory, set is the collection of well-defined items. Collection of well-defined items. And now we want to begin to use that principle now to solve real life problem. Okay, so this is an example of a problem that we're going to be making use of set theory now to solve. Now let's look at the problem. Now in a class or in an examination, in an examination for the final year students of a school, 60 offered history, 50 economics, and 48 literature. So 30 offered history and economics, 16 offered history and literature, 22 offered economics and literature. Okay. Now, if 10 candidates offered all the three subjects, how many sat for the examination? Okay. So we are going to begin to solve the problem. So I want to know the number of people that are around. So how many of us are around? I can see 2 people. Okay. All right. Okay. Please don't forget to remind your friends that the class have started. Okay, let's go through the question again. Now we are going to read in between lines and understand the concept of the question. Now, in an examination for the final year students of a school, 60 offered history. The total number of people that offer history, there are 60. 50 economics. So 50 students offer economics and 48 literature. All right. So now when you look at it now, we have 3 main sets of students. We have students that offer history, students that offer economics, and students that offer literature. So now we can begin to write. Let L to be the set of those that offered literature. Okay, and E to represent the set of those that offered economics. Okay, H to represent the set of those that offered history. Okay, so that is the first thing we have to do because we are going to be making use of all these alphabets. And there should be a universal set, that is the total number of students that start for the examination. Well, let's represent that with our column that is going to be the set of all the candidates. So the set of all the candidates, and that's actually what we are looking for. We want to get the number of all the candidates. Okay, let's go through the question one after the other. All right, in an examination for the final year students of a school, 60 offered history. 60 offered history. So the number of those that offer history. So we now know what H is. H is those that offer history. Now 60 offered history. Okay. Now let's go on. 50 economics. Number of those that offer economics. is 50. Now, 48 literature. So, number of those that offer literature is what? 48. Okay, now let's move on. Now, 30 offered history and economics. 30 offered history and economics. I want us to pay attention to these statements. 30 offered history and economics. You see? Now, 30 of them that offer history and economics may also offer literature. May also offer literature. All right? But suppose the question had said 30 offered history and economics only. So now that one is so clear that they didn't offer another subject except history and economics. So in this case now, I want us to put it at the back of our mind that this 30 may offer another subject. So in this case now, we want to represent that, we write number of those that offered history and economics will be what? Will be 30. Okay, so 30 offered history and economics. Now, 16 offered history and literature. So number of those that offered history and literature is what? 16. Okay, now let's move on. 22 offered economics and literature. 22 offered economics and literature. So number of those that offered economics and literature is what? 22. 22 offered economics and literature. Now, if 10 candidates offered all the 3 subjects, so number of those that offered all the 3 subjects will be E intersection H intersection L is 10. So we are giving the number of those that offer the 3 subjects. Now the question is, how many SATs for the examination? So we want to get the number of the universal set. So this is what we want to get. Okay, I want to believe you already understand the idea of the question. All right, so we can now introduce our Venn diagram. So before we go into it, please, I want to remind us to invite our friends so that everybody will be beneficiary of today's class. So make sure you invite your friends, let them know that the class has started. Okay, I think we have a good number here. So please, let's invite our friends. Okay, and don't forget to also drop your thoughts, and also give a like to this video. Now, let's move on. Since we already know what we want, all the information we have here, it has been written here. So now let's clean this and start solving. Okay, so now we have 3 major subsets of the universal set. First one, the second one, and the third one. So all are subsets of the universal set. Okay, now let's call this set of, this circle should be the set of those that offered economics. So the total number of those that offer economics is 50. Okay, so now let this one be H to be the set of those that offer history. Total number of those that offer history is 60. And the last one should be H, should be L. So number of those that offer literature is what? 48. All right, now let's look at the question. I told you the last time in the class that whenever you want to enter any value into these 3 subsets, the first one is the the number of those that participated in the 3 events. All right. So in this case now, we are giving now that the number of those that offered economics, history, and literature is 10. So let us enter 10 here. All right. So 10 students offered the 3 subjects. Now, let us now come here. Now we are given the number of those that offered history and economics. History and economics to be what? To be 30. So where is the circle of history? We have this for history. Yes, we have this for history. History is H, and economics, this is economics. So now what we are given is just this region. So now this region here, the region here is the region of those that offered economics and history only. Here, the region of those that offered economics and history only. That is, they did not offer literature. Now, don't forget, now what we are giving is not the number of those that offered history and economics only, but those that offer history and economics. So now I'm going to remove those that offered literature from this 30. Okay, so that means this place will now be 30 minus 10. 30 minus 10, okay, because 10 of them offered literature. So this place is going to be 20. So now when you look at this region, now you will see that the addition of this will give you 30. All right. So now, so 20 students offered only economics and history. Now let's look at the next one. Number of those that offered history and literature. Now history and literature, this is circle for history and this is for literature. So the region is this. So those that offered history and literature is here. So now we need to get the number of those that offered history and literature only. History and literature only. So we just say 16 minus 10. Okay, so we remove those that offered economics from 16. So we have 6. So this place is going to be 6. So in such a way that when you add this and this together, it will give you 16. Can you see that? All right, good. Now let's get the number of those that offered economics and literature only. Now in the question, we are giving the number of those that offered economics and literature to be 22. So we just say 22 minus 10. And that gives you what? 12. So that is that. Now let's look at, I think we have already exhausted all the parameters here. So the next thing to do now is to get the number of those that offered economics only, history only, and literature only. All right. So now when you look at this circle, the total number of students that must be in this circle should be what? 50, because they are those that offered economics. All right. So now, if I now want to get those that offer economics only, now remove all of these from 50. So you have the number of those that offered economics only. So we have 50 minus, now you add all of these together. That's going to be 20 plus 10 plus 12. So that is 50 minus, when you add together, you have 42. And that gives you what? That gives you 8. All right. So that means 8 students offered economics only. 8. 8 students only. We see by the time you add everything in this circle together, it must give you what? 50. As you can see now, 8 plus 12 plus 10 plus 20 is 50. All right, now let's come here. Now, once we get the number of those that offered history only, so we just say 60 minus 20 plus 10 plus 6. All right, so that's the same thing as saying 60 minus 36. Okay, so that gives you 24. So the total number of those that offered only history will be 24. So you will see, when you add everything inside this circle together, you're going to have 60. Now let's move down to the last one. Number of those that offered literature only. So that will be 48 minus 12 plus 10 plus 6. All right, so that's going to be 48 minus. Now let's add this and this together. That is 38, 28, 28. All right, so how many now? We have 20 here. Okay, is that clear now? So that is it. So 20 offered literature only. So 20 of them offer literature only. Okay. Now, what the question wants us to get now is the number of those that sat for the examination. Okay, so how do we get that? Now, that is, we want to get the total number of the universal sets. So we are going to add all the parts together. But when you look at the question, there is nobody among the candidates that did not write the exam. So that means the number of those that did not participate in the exam will be what? 0. Okay. So now we are going to add all the parts together. We have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, and part 8. When you add all these parts together, you have the universal set. So we have number of member of the universal set is going to be part 1, which is 8 plus 24 plus 20 plus 12 plus 20 plus 10. Now, when you add, okay, and tell me your answer. So before that, okay, and drop your answer. Let's quickly do that so that I be sure that you are actually getting what I'm explaining. So now add all of these together. Add 8 with 24, with 20, with 12, 26, and 10, and tell me what you have. Yes. Okay. Somebody said 100. 100. Okay, Basira, 100. Okay, we are waiting for others. So I can see Bamidele 100, Olalupo 100. Okay. Okay, show me the 100. Okay, good. Yes, I can see Lekon 100. Omalola 100. Balogun 100. So I think everybody is giving 100. So we are all correct. Please, let's clap. That's very good. It shows you are going on with the class. So the total number is going to be 100 students. 100 students. And don't forget, you must always remember to put the units. 100 students sat for the examination. So now that is the question. Now, if mark must be awarded to this question, now for all the values correctly entered here, we have B3 for the Venn diagram, minus R for any wrong A1. So how many marks altogether? That is 5 marks. So for you. Offered 2 subjects. How many students offer 2 subjects? How many students offer? So can you do that and drop your answer? How many? How many students offered? I have an answer. I can see someone dropping Shotola, Anike. I can make sure you check very well. Okay. Yes, I can see Lekon. I can also see Omolola. I can see Adebayo, Patricia. Please drop your answer. How many students? How many? I think we can now give the answer to that problem. Let's confirm what we have, whether it's correct or not. Okay. Okay. How many students offered two subjects? How many students offer two subjects? Offer two subjects is going to be the number of those that offer only two subjects and number of those that offered three subjects. So now it's going to be 12 plus 20 plus 6 plus 10. Okay. So now let us add 12 plus 20. That is what? That is 32 plus 6, 38. And the final answer is going to be 48 students. 48 students offered two subjects. Now I can see that many of you just pick the number of those that offered two subjects. We only pick this and this and this. Do you know that those students that offer three subjects, they also offer two subjects? Do you understand now? They also offer two subjects. So you must add them to the number. So, and that is how we arrive at that answer. I think I deserve an applaud. So for that, so that is the correct answer to that. Now, another question for you. I think this time around, I should have good number of people that is going to get my answer. Okay. Now, for this, the marks will just be M1, A1. M1, A1, just 2 marks. Okay, now, this is the question. Question 2. How many students offered at least one subject? How many students offered at least one subject? How many students offered at least one subject? Yes? Okay, so let's wait for our response. So begin to send your answer to that. I want to see the first person that will get the correct answer. So, okay. How many students offered at least one subject? How many students offered at least one subject? Okay, so I'm waiting for your answer. All right, okay, I can see Abosede 52. Yes, Abbas, we have 54. Okay. Okay, we have 100, we have 52, we have 54. So Basira said, okay. Now this Lekon said is 52, 52. Okay, 52. So Bamidele 52, Basira 52. Okay, Abbas is changing his own to 100. Okay, Luasheun Uba 52. Okay, please order, drop your answer. Drop your answer. Let's see what you have. Okay, I have 100. Balogun Remilekun 52 students. Show me day 52 students. Okay, all right, that's very good. Yes, a lot of us are trying. So I'm expecting 100% response, correct response. Okay, now let's look at it together. How many students offered at least one subject? See, this question is very simple. You may not even need to write anything. You may not need to write anything. Now, I told you the word at least, the last class, that when I say at least, I must see 2,000 naira in your pocket. At least I must see 2,000 naira in your pocket. Now, that means that the least I'm going to see is what? 2,000. So you can have more than 2,000 or exactly 2,000. Now, let's just oppose that with this question. Now, how many students offered at least one subject? Now, that is the number of those that offer one subject, two subjects, three subjects in this case now. So that is what we are adding. So if you want to do that, it's just you add everything we have here. So everything we have here. So by the time you add everything, now your answer is going to be 100. 100 students. 100 students. Because we don't have any students here. There's no student here. We don't have any student that did not participate in the examination. All right, so that means all the students offered at least one. All the students offered at least one. So that means all the students will be the solution to this question. So 100 students offered at least one subject. I want to believe you got that explanation. All right, so those of you that got 100, that's very good. So 100 students. So how do we mark this? No, because this one is so obvious, so we just award only one mark to that. So that is going to be A1. A1. All right, my next question. So the third one. Let's look at the third question. Third, how many students offer at least two subjects? How many students offered at least two subjects? How many students offered at least two subjects? Okay, so I think now everybody should get this one. So now let's do this and drop the answer in the comment section. And please don't forget, if you have not subscribed to this channel, ensure you subscribe and also give a thumb. Okay, all right, so now solve this and let's have your answer. Solve this. How many students offered at least two subjects? How many students offered at least two subjects? Okay, so I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, I can see 38, 38, 48. Okay, I can see 48. I can see 48. Okay, I have 52 as well. Right? 48, 48, 48 students. Yes. Aisha, I can see your response. Okay. Basira, 48. Okay. 50. Okay, now I want us to solve the problem together. Let's see. Now the question says, how many students offered at least two subjects? At least two subjects. That is minimum of two subjects, at least two subjects. Now, there are two ways to solve this question. Now, the first way is to say 100 minus 8 plus 24 plus 20, or since the question said at least two subjects, so at least, so I'm going to add this, and this together. So those that offered two and more subjects. So now, number of those that offered that offered okay, so number of those that offered number of those that offered at least two subjects. So now that is going to be what? 12 plus 20 plus 6 plus 10. You get that now? So it's going to be that. All right. So that is going to be what? 12 plus 20. That's 32 plus 6, 38 plus 10, 48. So 48 students. 48 students. All right. So now how do we award mark? We have M1 and A1. All right. So if you didn't get the answer, you can still get the next one. So keep on trying. Don't give up. All right. So, and those of you that get it, that is a very good one. So you can applaud yourself. All right. So now that's how to do it. So number of those that's offered at least two subjects. So now let's move down to the next question. Let's move down to the next question. Okay. All right. Now find the number of those that offer at most one subject. Find the number of those that offered at most one subject. Okay, can we do that now? The number of those that offered at most one subject. Now, and let's drop our answer in the comment section. So I'm waiting for your answers. All right. Okay, I'm waiting for, okay, I can see. Balogun said 100. Shotola said 1. Lekan 52. Abbas 54. Olalupo Abosede 52. Okay, now let's wait for others. Basirat 52. Yes, we have 52. Yes, Balogun, we have 52. Okay. All right, more answers. Let's see more answers. Yes. Okay, another person 52. Another person 52. Okay, so Oluwatosin 52. Okay. So Uber 52. Right. More answers. Okay. Okay, Balogun Femi is 0. Oh, okay. Is there anybody giving us answer? Anyone again giving us answer? All right, I can see Bamidele Discord 52. Okay, so 52. Demilisco, that's 52. All right. So now let's see. Let's verify if the answers you gave are correct. Now let's look at it. Now the question says find the number of those that offered at most one subject. Now, that is, it is bounded above at most. That is, those that will do only one subject or will not even do at all. So now, so it's going to be the addition of those that did only one subject. That is 8 plus 24 plus 20 and plus 0. You know, is 0 those people that did not do any of the subjects? Of course, now you may decide not to add your 0. All right. So these are the number. This is the okay. This is the number of those that study that offered only economics, offered only history, offered only literature. So let's add everything together. So when you add this and this together, you have 32. So 32 plus 20, that is 42 students. 42 students offered at most one subject. 42 students offered at most one subject. That's very good for those of you that got the answer. And those of you that also make attempts and you didn't get the answer, I told you, don't be discouraged. Mathematics is all about trying. Keep on trying. Of course, if you get to a time, you will start giving us the correct answer. So now, let me give you one more to end this session. Let me give you one more. Now, not subscribe to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also click the like button. All right, now let's look at the last question for this session. How many students offer at most 3 subjects? How many students offered at most 3 subjects? How many students offered at most 3 subjects? Okay, can we try this one? Now let's try this one. This is going to be the last one in this session. So let's try it and let's see what we have. Drop your answer. Okay. Okay, I can see an answer. Alekon, you have 10 students. How many students offered at most? At most 3 subjects. Okay, I can see 10, progress 10. Wow, I'm seeing 100. 100 students, 10 students. Okay, 10, 10. Balogun Femi 10. Huba 100. Okay. Iyashuku 10. Okay. Okay, we have yes, we have 100. 100. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Yes, I can see some of us calling my attention to the addition, which should be 52. I think that is correct. We are supposed to have 52, truly. Now, when you add this and this and this together, so sorry for that, we have 8 plus 40, 24 plus 20. All right, so that's going to give me 52. So those that offered only, this only one, you understand, this plus this plus this, so we have 52. All right, please let's take note of that. Thank you. All right, now let's look at this question. Yes, I can see different answer to this. So we have 10, we have 100. So how do we solve this problem? Now the question says, how many students offered at most 3 subjects? At most 3 subjects. You see, now what the question is asking for is all the students. It's another way of saying how many students sat for the examination. I say at most. At most. That means the question is asking for number of those that did not offer any of the subjects, those that offer 1 subject, those that offer 2 subjects, and those that offer 3 subjects, because at most it must be 3. It must not go beyond 3. And this question, we are talking about 3 subjects. So that means the question is asking for all the students. So the answer to this question now is going to be 100 students. 100 students. Hope you get that. All right. So we are done with this session. So I just want to give us a question, and after that we are going to end the class for today. Now let's look at the question here on the board. Let P be the set of 2x such that 1 is less than or equals to x, less than or equals to 5, and Q is equals to the set of x plus 1 such that 2 is less than or equals to 8, where x is an integer where x is an integer. Now find P intersection Q. 2. Number of member of P plus number of member of Q. And 3. Number of P union Q. Alright, so now that is the question on the board. Alright, so I'm going to solve this problem, but before I solve it, I want you to try and list member of set P and set Q. Look at this. Now, P is the set of 2x such that 1 is less than or equals to x and x is less than or equals to 5. And Q is the set of x plus 1 such that 2 is less than or equals to x, less than or equals to 8. All right, so now the first thing is to list member of set P and set Q. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to attend to this. Tell me members of set P, members of set Q. So I want you to drop your answer in the comment section. Let's quickly do that before we do it together. So tax your brain and let's see what you can bring up. List member of set P and set Q. List members of set P and set Q. Okay, Abosede is giving us an answer. P is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yes, let's wait for others. Yes, Abosede is also giving us the second as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so Balogun, I can see 1, 2 to 5. All right. Yes, let's wait for others. Please start dropping your answer. List members of set P and set Q. Members of set P and set Q. Okay. Okay, show me this giving us members of set P to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Iyashuku. Yes, I can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Yes, I can see Lacon's own. Yes, show me there. Yes, I can see that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Omolola, I can see yours. 1 to 5. Yes, progress. 1 to 5. Okay. Balogun, your Q is 1 to 8. Okay, is that all? Let's wait for others. List members of set Q and set P. All right. Okay, Uber has given his own. We have P to be the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. 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 We have all tried. That's a very good one. We have all tried. So I want us to look at the question together. So carefully listen to me and see how we are going to solve this problem. Now, we are given the set of P to be the set of 2x such that 1 is less than or equals to x and less than or equals to 5. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to list members of x that lies within this range. And don't forget, we have been told now that x is an integer. So integers are whole number, don't forget. So members of this set now will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So from 1 to 5, okay? Because 1 is less than or equals to all of these, and all of these numbers, they are less than or equals to 5. Okay, so now, when you look at what we have here, now this one is telling us that the values of x that we are going to list must be multiplied by 2. So you not just go ahead and just be listing 1 to 5. You must ensure that you multiply them by 2. And that's the meaning of these 2x that we have here. So now members of set P will now be 2 times 1, we have 2. 2 times 2, we have 4. 2 times 3, we have 6. 2 times 4, we have 8. And 2 times 5, we have 10. So these are members of set P. Okay. All right, now let's look at the second set, set Q. Now, members of this range, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and what? And 8. But look at the condition we have here. Now, add each value of x, add 1 to each value of x. Add 1 to each value of x. So that means these are values of x. So I begin to add 1, 1, 1, 1 to each of the members. Okay, so and I'll now list. Now let's do that now. So I'll add 1 to 2. So that gives me 3. Add 1 to 3, you have 4. Add 1 to 4, you have 5. Add 1 to 5, you have 6. Add 1 to 6, you have 7. 1 to 7, 8. 1 to 8, you have 9. So these are members of set Q. Hope you get that. Now, the next thing now is to do this operation here. P intersection Q. P intersection Q. So now P intersection Q means we should list members that are in set P and are also in set Q. Intersection means members of P that are also in set Q. So now let's begin to list now. We have 2 here, but 2 is not here, so we can't list 2. So we have 4 here, and we can see 4 here, so we list 4. 6 is here, and 6 is also here, we list 6. 8 is here, 8 is here, so we list 8. And that is all. So this is going to be the answer to that problem. Now, what we have in the second question here, you are to find the number of members of set P and that of set Q you had together. Now let's quickly do that. So members of set P, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means number of sets P is 5. You have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What of number of elements in set Q? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7. So number of members of set P plus number of elements in set Q equals to 5 plus 7. And that gives you what? That gives you 12. So that's the answer to that. Now the last one is the union of number of elements of the union of P and Q. So now let's find union of P and Q. Now union just means you put together the two sets. Okay, so when you put the two together, so what do we have? We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is the union of sets P and Q. Now, number of elements in P union Q will give us what? Let's add one. Let's count rather. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is going to be 9. So that is the answer to that problem. So this is going to be the end of the class. So I want to believe you have learned one or two things. So I appreciate you for waiting patiently and also for sharing your thoughts. So tomorrow is another day. We are still going to continue from where we stop. Don't forget to always drop your thoughts. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do that and give the video a thumb. So thank you very much. I love you all. Bye-bye.